Gauff's Olympic dreams derailed. Vekic stuns at the Paris Olympics. Paris. The scene was all too familiar to Coco Gauff. A contentious officiating decision she was certain was incorrect. A chair umpire who wouldn't listen, tears streaming down her cheeks. And most disappointing of all, a loss, this time at the Paris Olympics. Even the site was the same, Court Philippe Chatrier. It was there that the reigning U.S. Open champion was eliminated in the third round of the Summer Games by Donna Vekic of Croatia with a score of 7-6, 7, 6-2 on Tuesday. This is also the main stadium used annually for the French Open, where Gauff found herself in a nearly identical dispute over a call while being defeated by eventual champion Iga Swiatek in the semifinals last month. There have been multiple times this year where that has happened to me, where I felt like I always have to advocate for myself on the court, Gauff said afterward, renewing a call for video review to be used in tennis, as it is in many other professional sports. I felt that he made the call before I hit the ball, and I don't think the referee disagreed, she said. I think he just thought it didn't affect my swing, but I felt like it did. Gauff is one of the biggest stars at the 2024 Paris Games, a 20-year-old from Florida who was seeded number 2 at the Olympics in singles and was the female flag bearer for the United States during the opening ceremony on Friday. Later on Tuesday, Gauff returned to the court with U.S. teammate Taylor Fritz and won a first-round mixed doubles match, 6-1, 6-7, 6, 10-5, against Nadia Podoroska and Maximo Gonzalez of Argentina to advance to the quarterfinals. Gauff is also competing in women's doubles at the Paris Olympics with Jessica Pegula. At the end of the day, if anything, doubles make you want to go out there more. You don't want to ruin someone else's chances based on your mentality, Gauff said. Taylor and I were talking about it earlier. A medal is a medal. I have 2 other events I can possibly achieve that in, so I'm just focused on that. In singles, it was Vekic who received much of the support from the stands early in the match, with chants of "Donna, Donna" ringing out. When Vekic began her comeback after trailing 4-1, she responded to some applause by waving her arms overhead for more, and the crowd responded. In the next game, Gauff delivered a backhand winner and raised a hand, wagging her fingers to ask the folks in the seats to back her, and they responded, drawing a wry smile from Vekic. By the time the disputed call occurred 2 games from the end of the match, Gauff was trailing significantly. She served, and Vekic's return landed near the baseline. A line judge initially called Vekic's shot out. Gauff did not keep the ball in play. Chair umpire Jaume Campistol believed Vekic's shot landed in and awarded her the point, giving Vekic a service break and a 4-2 lead. Gauff approached the official to discuss the call, causing a delay in the game for several minutes. I never argue these calls, but he called it out before I hit the ball, Gauff told Campistol. It's not even a matter of perception, it's the rules. She easily won her first 2 singles matches, losing only 5 games in total. However, her first Olympic singles tournament concluded with a performance that was far from her best on the hottest day of the Summer Games so far, with temperatures rising above 90 degrees Fahrenheit, 32 Celsius. These points are significant. Typically, they apologize afterward, which can be quite frustrating. A sorry doesn't make a difference once the match is over, Gauff said. I can't claim that I would have won the match if I had won that point. Before the controversy over the umpiring decision, Gauff also struggled to maintain a strong start against Vekic, who reached the semifinals at Wimbledon this month. The American was ahead 4-1 and was just 1 point away from leading 5-1 and serving for the first set. However, she failed to capitalize on the opportunity and squandered a few set points at 6-4 in the subsequent tiebreaker. Vekic rallied to win that set and continued her strong performance into the second set. A clear indicator of Vekic's dominance on this day was her tally of 33 winners compared to only 9 for Gauff. I'm not going to sit here and claim that 1 point affected today's outcome, Gauff acknowledged. I was already on the losing side of things. Nevertheless, the most memorable moment of the match was the argument in the second set. Gauff even referenced that Swiatek loss while speaking with Campistol and a supervisor who joined the conversation on the court on Tuesday. It always happens here at the French Open to me. Every time, Gauff said, holding a tennis ball in one hand and her racket in the other while making her case. This is like the fourth or fifth time it's happened this year. Vekic, who advanced to the quarterfinals, did not get involved, staying at her end of the court and fiddling with her strings. It's a very tricky situation. Personally, I think the umpire made a good decision since the call came quite late, Vekic said when asked afterward about the incident. But I'll need to rewatch it. It's hard to know exactly in the moment. When Gauff gave up and went back on court to continue playing, the fans loudly booed, their frustration directed at the official. Gauff won the first point of the next game, and the crowd erupted in cheers for her. However, just 10 minutes later, the match concluded. Over the weekend, Gauff had expressed her goal of returning from Paris with 3 medals, one for each of her events. That aspiration is no longer attainable. I want, Gauff said on Tuesday, to come home with something.